I'll do the intro.
And we're in 5, 4.
Well, hello, true believers. Look what Santa Claus came down the chimney and dropped on your television sets tonight. Comic Book Geeks. I'm Wonder Boy. I'm here with Captain Greedy, and we are crazy about comic books.
Comic book geek. I never set limits on what man can achieve, so they call me a comic book geek. I love and beauty and what philosophers say, but I'm a comic book geek. Don't call me a loser, 'cause I'm a comic book geek. 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 I wanna live in a world of adventure. I wanna have the seas of immortality. I want to move across the limits of imagine past the limits to believe that we can be beyond the limits of human. That's why they call me a geek. Oh, well, a comic book geek. I love a comic book geek. Well, I'm a comic book geek. Well, I'm a comic book geek, geek, 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 geek. Well, I'm a comic book geek.
So why don't you come in and tell us who we got? Who's this?
Well, first of all, I want to thank Mike for coming sober to the show this week.
48 hours sobriety.
And we have a special guest, a man who is a big writer in the newspaper, the Easy Reader, which is distributed around the South Bay, free, and it has a lot of really good stories and a whole shitload of ads, like lots of ads from massage parlors and things like that, right?
Sure.
I didn't see any of
And
those.
Rob is interested in comic books. It's a hobby of his, and he's also a stand-up comedian. Also,
No, and Geoffrey is very excited that he's here tonight.
yeah, I'm very excited that he's here
Yes,
today. Tonight.
You were the first time, but now he's excited. Okay, how's it going, Rob? Welcome to the show, sir.
Great, thank you. So good to see you, boys.
What brings you down this evening? What, is it a slow news day or what?
I thought I was actually doing the dating game. I didn't know which show this was. So no, I'm glad to be here. I'm an admirer. Of Comic Book Geeks. I'm a fan
of us. Cool.
I watch
Yeah, we
the
like
show,
those.
And no, the show. I mean, I love the show.
So the writers are on strike, as you know, and
Well done.
that's why we don't
Well
really
done.
have as much material prepared tonight as we normally do. But anyway,
But I like comics. You guys want to talk about comic books?
let's
That's
talk
a
about
good,
comic books. Yeah,
that's a
who's your
thing
favorite hero?
To talk about? Well, I like Conan. I like the medieval stuff. I love Fear Agent. Right?
Yes.
And I've got a question about that. Fear Agent, okay, it's 50% science fiction and 50% alcohol. Does Wellman get royalties? Just automatically? Because isn't that his thing? Aren't they stealing?
Why I love it. Yeah, they're
From him?
stealing from the thief. Yes.
I think, exactly. So
So do you have any racist jokes?
By the way.
I'm really sorry that I don't. I mean, I didn't know that was a criterion.
No, it's not a criterion.
I have a dog. I have a Michael Vick joke for you.
Oh, let's
That's
hear
not
it.
I'm just, but you're thinking mean, and Michael Vick was arguably mean, killing all them dogs. That's not the funny part. Okay, Michael Vick. It was a bad week for me. The week that Michael Vick got arrested, okay, I put him on my fantasy football team, and what's even worse, I left him off my fantasy dogfighting team.
You could have been a contender.
I drafted a place kicker.
You drafted a place kicker.
I drafted a place. That's the tag. Yes, I drafted a place kicker. I had no. Hopefully, you sweetened this. So do you have canned laughter?
No, yeah, we've got a lot of candy.
I was going to say, yeah, Chris does that.
Did I mention my comic book character? I have the gay vampire character, right?
I think I met him. We had him on an episode earlier, but
Did you really? Did
the
you have a gay
Irish vampire. I'm sorry.
Oh, the Irish vampire.
Yeah, that's another story for another time.
Gay Irish. whatever.
You know,
He was
after a few
vampire.
beers, it's all the same.
So we've had Dracula,
Yes.
we've had Blackula, right? I'm going to have Brokebackula. What do you think?
I like
Right?
it.
And you know
Got
who
potential.
he's hot for? Scott Bakula. So
This is good. This is good.
I forgot about that show with the
Quantum Leap.
that vampire. What is
Oh.
it? What kind of vampire was he?
Well, Scott Bakula was on Quantum Leap.
No, I was thinking of the guy who did our show. I even forgot
the
that show.
Irish vampire. He pops up around Halloween. And
Then
starts,
he tried to get us to give him money, and as a matter of fact, it was a lot of money, and he never even mentioned it. And we thought we were doing him a favor, getting him some publicity, and he thought he was doing us a favor by being on the show, but he wanted like $500 or something.
He lives in a
He's
mansion. We
dick.
shouldn't talk about him because he's probably watching.
He's a dickhead. I said it. That's right.
There you go.
he wanted $500 for doing.
Ridiculous.
Well, you know what? I don't know. Mike and I have a deal. I don't know if I should tell you this, but I actually is paying me $500 to do this show, but I get docked 75 cents for every bad joke, so I'm going to walk out with about a quarter.
And he's paying you in
That's
comedy.
what he is paying me in. He's paying me
He
in
likes to do that.
Age of Insects. Comic books.
Oh,
It's going to be great.
an old swamp thing.
It's all the same copy to all the same book.
I'm just going to read it. Yeah. How long have you been Captain Greedy?
I don't. We've had the store like 30 years next year, and it seemed the first few years.
I think you were Captain Greedy 5 or 6 years.
I know when
before
I
you
knew
even had a store,
when
right?
I knew you.
Oh yeah, that's been 6 months.
I'd say 25 years. Yeah, we've been doing it a long time.
Captain Greedy for 25 years. Is there a reason you never made Colonel? Is there? Because frankly, that's a long.
I'll do it.
Were you up against like a guy named Captain Greedy and he got the promotion, or was it? I don't know.
I'm speechless. Mike was telling me when he lived in El Segundo, he saw this guy was beating the crap out of his wife. And he said, yeah, I immediately took action. I said, well, he's a hero, you know, he did it. He said, I called 911. I said, God, I mean, the guy's, it's
What
not
am I
going to help.
supposed to do?
That
Dude,
wasn't
the guy's
actually a
like
joke.
4
That's what-
times. Yeah, he's 4 times bigger than me. And
Yeah, but you can't let a
I kind of
woman.
like the guy.
You can't let a woman get beat up.
He bought my car.
You kind of like the guy. You mean like you liked his work, or what?
He was my neighbor.
Did you know him previously? Oh, I see.
And she wasn't,
I thought
right?
maybe you're sort
No,
of
she
like,
was
well,
too.
I
I
like
mean,
his
Oh,
style.
okay.
She's not anymore, but she's still alive. It's all good.
Oh,
Everything
man.
worked out.
Did you at least yell
You know
out
what? You wouldn't have
encouragement,
even
like,
heard her cries for help, dude.
Huh?
Because I'm so old.
Yes.
But if I
At least
had,
I heard them.
if I had heard him, I would have done something about it. Something even more dramatic
What
than
would you
making
have
a
done?
telephone call. I would have gone out.
Gone out and like partied or what?
I wouldn't have let him
You
do
would have
it.
gone out in a blaze of glory. You don't mess with murderers, you know. That's just something you just don't mess with. I don't care what kind of hero you are. You got that, kids. You understand what I'm saying? Rob does he tours around LA. You can see him at many venues, including laundromats.
laundromats? Yeah. I could just be, you know what, I used to do that so much. I used to get that introduction. I'd be doing stand-up. I'd get the introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, this next guy performs all over Los Angeles. Here he is, Robb Fulcher. And I always think, well, that's kind of bad, I think, right? He has an automobile and the willingness to drive to Upland. Here he is.
Have you ever done the Comedy Store in Hermosa?
That would be Comedy Magic Club in Hermosa. Yes, I have. Yes, I
Wow.
have. And the Comedy Store up there on...
So if somebody calls you to do it, you pretty much want to do it because you want to practice, especially at a Comedy Store or something like that. But they
Here's
pay.
one of Geoffrey's favorite
What I was going to
questions.
say, why do you fucking interrupt me
I know where
in the
it's
middle of the
going.
question? What is it going to be?
How much do you make? Is that where that was going?
Damn, that was what I was going to
How
ask
much do you make?
I mean, they offer you different amounts, right?
Oh, you know what? They don't offer me any amounts at all. I generally get the same amount.
15 minutes.
Well, you know, yeah, exactly. I worked all day at I emceed a sort of like rock festival thing in Santa Monica, and like got paid $100. But you know, it's pretty hard to get. You have to go on the road if you want to. You have to tell like dick jokes on date nights on the road if you want to get paid. Or you can be.
Well, you
very
won't tell
famous.
dick jokes?
No,
That's
no.
Mike's
I
forte.
have a joke about how the Hegelian dialectic is merely an extrapolation of the Aristotelian mean, and it's not a dick joke, but it's so condescending it makes me sound like a dick.
You have a very esoteric kind of sense of humor. You don't.
It really goes over on date night over at Rooster McFunnyfeathers down by the freeway too. You pump up that Hegelian dialectic joke, and it's like raise the roof.
Now, you seriously don't do sex jokes?
I don't. I do not. I will not talk about the clitoris because it's a hot button issue. I find. No, I'm a very repressed guy. I don't use words like plethora because it sounds like something.
So you're pretty religious then, probably.
Church of Satan. Yeah, Church of the Devil. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say. And in a sort of a Church of the Devil with the Zoroastrian leaning to get the Freddie Mercury thing in there. I heard snickering. That could only be Josh. That could only be Josh.
You're cracking him up.
You know, we're getting it with the Zoroastrian thing.
We'll
let it out if you don't mind. Go ahead and make it out loud. Want to hear the music chunk? Want to hear the? You know what? Have you guys seen that movie that No Country for Old Men?
Yes.
Have you seen?
Yes.
I went in there.
Well, Geoffrey went to the box office and decided it wasn't for him.
There you go.
Thank you.
So I was going to say no senior discounts. Same joke. I want to be. You know that musical Wicked?
Yes.
If the Wizard of Oz ever sues them, I want to be the attorney so I can walk into court and say, Your Honor, I represent the Lollipop Guild of Zoroastrians.
There we go. Hey, can we just...
in answer to your question, I'm sorry, now I did it.
Oh, good. That's my cell phone. Can we stop
Hey,
for a
what did I
second?
win?
I want to get a water. I'm really
What did I
thirsty.
win?
And we'll go right back.
No, I just won something.
I want to get hit in the nuts
Geoffrey's
with some
wife.
water. That's just what I was asking for. Hold on.
Are you going to answer that on the phone?
Hello?
My name's Geoffrey Patterson. I've collected comics for 50 years. Had a store for 25 years. I got married on TV. We've got our own comic book. I dress up as a superhero constantly. I really try to show my love for comics, and we've got some stuff we want to show you that shows, we've got the TV show, and we've got the comic book, and we want to show you some of the stuff we do that shows our love of comic books.
While it might not be Buckingham Palace, Geoffrey Patterson has created his own comic book castle. In the bedroom, the kitchen, indoors and outdoors, Patterson proudly displays his favorite characters.
I think that's one of the things I like. Everybody likes it.
Patterson views comics as an art form. So just like everyone else who hangs a favorite print or painting, Geoffrey shows off the work of comic book artists Reed Crandall and Frank Frazetta. Patterson's passion for this art form became his business when he opened Geoffrey's Comics. The store gave him the opportunity to meet fellow fans and his future wife, Monica.
These are images that they say things about heroism and fun and the bright colors they have and innocence and a lot of things that people are happy about and happy to see, a house that's a little bit different from every house on the block.
That's why they call me a geek. Oh, well, a comic book geek.
We're back from our break, and hopefully you're still here. Hopefully you're still with us, because we have a few more treats in store for you, and you don't even have to pay for them.
And we're still crazy about comics, right,
We're
homie?
going to do it again. We're still crazy about comics.
And we have Robb again.
And he's still crazy about comics, and he's still crazy enough to be here.
Cuckoo
for you.
Cocoa Puffs, absolutely.
And Cuckoo.
Still crazy about comics.
Go, Jeff.
Go,
Robb,
okay.
Robb, sorry.
Hey, here's another comic book joke. I don't know if you guys know, but V for Vendetta?
Yeah, I remember that.
Actually from it was a remake of a Polish comic book, W for Vendetta. Josh,
Come on, Josh.
Wait, I also
You
like
like
all
that.
the
You
I
know
also
that, yeah.
like all the Virgin comics. Be with me here, Josh. I got a the Virgin comics, the India Authentic. It reminds me that of a DVD I got. There's a long way to go, I realize, of the Dalai Lama speaking on the Four Noble Truths. I think it's a bootleg because the first noble truth was money talks and bullshit walks. Hey, you know that
We
guy?
have a translator for this humor at some point, right? Sorry.
No, that's all right, brother. You know, we're hardly giving you a chance to talk. You know that dude Barack Obama? You aware of that guy?
Yes.
You know about that guy?
He's a politician.
Right.
If
If some people say that like Hillary is going to be, the presidential nominee, and Barack Obama is going to be the vice presidential nominee, right? They're going to be on the same ticket. Don't you think if like a skinny black guy runs with a blonde white woman with a big ass, everybody's going to think they're married? Isn't that the way that's... Oh, and then that one got the laughs.
That was a good
The
one.
one that had the question mark written by it.
That's because I understood
Don't
that
question yourself. And as far as that is concerned, I always say bros before hoes.
Yeah, there you go. So you
High
want...
five to the audience. Thank you.
So you want them on the other end of the ticket. You want it flipped around.
Yeah, I think so.
Bros
That'd
before
be
hoes.
good, yeah.
Well, yeah, it'd be good in this case. What is your favorite Robb Fulcher joke? I know you have one.
Well, let's just put it this way. I don't know who's going to stick around tonight after we wrap up filming, but I am going to need somebody to help me get my keys out of the car. I lock my keys in the car.
You know what? The worst place to get your keys locked in your car, you know where that is?
Where is that?
It's outside an abortion clinic under protest, because then when you yell out, "Please, I'm in a big hurry, just throw me a coat hanger," both sides hate your guts. They hate
Bravo!
coat hanger abortions, people. Did you
That
know
is that's my favorite joke.
I
I've seen him 18 times at various clubs just to hear that joke told. Now I
Exactly.
have it on my own TV show.
You know about that wrestler? Oh, this is old now. You know about that wrestler who killed his wife and son?
It's a Greedy phone. Hello? Danny Miki? Okay, I'll be right there. Excuse me, but got an interview to do. This is Captain Greedy right here, and I'm interviewing my old friend and the inking superstar right now of the comic book meeting, Danny Miki. This is Danny over here. Danny worked for us for like a year or so. He used to do like art for me, like I would say do a promotion things and draw this Captain Greedy and have maybe a sexy woman or something like that. And the stuff he did, I was just amazed. I mean, I loved it. I mean, I thought he was the most talented person in the world. And he was working our cash register and everything. And that guy Robb Liefeld was doing a signing, the famous Robb Liefeld, Youngblood. Youngblood was his comic book. And Danny, he found Danny. He discovered him, but I really discovered him. But he kind of like...
Jeffrey did. He encouraged me a lot. When I was doing those signs for you and stuff like that, I hated it.
So Danny met Robb, or Robb came in and saw some of Danny's work, and he said, "Wow, I'd like to have you as my inker." For some of the people who don't know, since this is going to cable TV and some people are not into comics, an inker is... Can you explain what an inker is?
An inker, let's see. Most people get the idea that we're colorists in a sense, but we're not. What we do is we do the ink work with the medium between black and white, and I get the pencils. I would get the pencils whether they're sketchy or not, and I would have to clean up the lines with the dip tool. It's the old pen that you dip into the ink, spit it out. You get maybe 5 or 10 lines out of it, and then you gotta wipe it and go back. And what I do is I clean up everything, erase the boards, the pencils are gone, and it's basically to make it printable and very clear and legible.
And as an inker, I think I've mentioned before, I think Danny's probably the most famous inker now. I've always said he's really talented. I mean, you've been doing it a long time. You went to high school. Danny's a local person.
Gardena.
Gardena. He went to Gardena High, graduated in
1980.
I was hoping you could remember the year. That's good.
Yikes.
Graduated in 1980, and now you do most of your work for Marvel.
Most of my work for Marvel, yes.
And
And I'm actually, what's interesting is I'm kind of like tapping into, like, started riding skateboards again, of course. And after the Dogtown movie came back out, which is awesome, kind of sparked one of my other true loves. And kind of working my niche into trying to do some skateboard art designs.
And when you do work, say when you do work for Marvel, you're paid by Marvel, so you're paid a certain amount of money per page.
Per page.
And then, but there are other things that you get as perks, I guess.
Yeah, you get royalties still, but it has to sell over a certain amount of copies, and
Which is
the
like,
royalties is
what number would
nothing
that
like
be?
it was when I was working for Youngblood.
Right.
I mean, I don't know, I'd see $200 for X-Men or something. That's my royalty. Maybe something like that. But it's something that comes in. It helps.
So it would be like for 100,000. Would that be a number that they use, or
I have no idea how that works.
And Joe Quesada, who runs Marvel Comics and is really, really a great artist, he picks you as his personal inker. And can you talk a little bit about that?
Actually, basically, it's an honor to be the EIC of Marvel Comics inker. He gave me a chance to ink him a while ago, and I couldn't do it because I just took an image book called Objective 5. And when that was over, I called him. He said, basically, when you're ready, give me a call. And I called him in. I just started slowly doing covers for him. And this was back when he was doing Marvel Knights. So I was working on covers with him on there. And that's about all I could do at that time. And it kind of slowly went into other stuff. And now I'm his full-time inker. Me and Richard Eisenoff is his colorist. And we've been teamed for, 5 years maybe?
I want to say one thing too. One of my favorite things that Danny does is that when he draws a comic book, a lot of times he'll put in little things that will, like he's put our comic story in, like the cars will be driving by and they have to be driving by buildings, right? And it'll be Geoffrey's comics, and I mean, so I cut all these things out and I have them in my album and everything, and I tell everybody about it. Oh, I love it when he does that. He put us in an X-Man. One of them, it has a gravestone, which it says Geoffrey P. I wanted to say Geoffrey Patterson, of course.
I found it hard to actually put somebody's name on a tombstone. I don't know, it's kind of crazy, but he seems to like it. So I come across a tombstone again, I'll be sure to put your name on there, your full name.
And then it'd be like, I'd be in graffiti on a wall, and gang graffiti and everything. People love to see their names, I think, but I know I especially love to see mine, and it always gets me kind of excited. Anyway, I guess that's it. We've covered Danny's career pretty much. I'm about done. Danny really warmed up too, because I know we kind of pulled you into
I'm like
but I really appreciate it. It was really a good interview, and again, I appreciate your enthusiasm, because again,
hey, congratulations, 29 years, dude.
Into it. Yeah, thanks a lot. And Geoffrey's Comics is
29 years.
That's it. It's a wrap. How sorry. Where were we?
Evil Knievel passed away today. Is that
He
correct?
did pass away
I
today.
do not have a joke for that.
Oh, it's
And
not
did
funny.
he? Yeah. Did he? How did he? He's an old man now, right?
He had his own.
69.
He had his own comic book.
He had like
his
a
own movie, but he
10-page
has his own
comic,
comic
yeah.
book.
It would have been a full-length comic, but he crashed halfway through, so.
Really? And Robbie Knievel, his son, rides a Stingray and jumps over a skateboard or something. He's like he's not
evil.
quite evil.
Right. He's like semi-malicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knievel.
Yes.
Yeah. He's somewhat daring Knievel.
Yeah, but not like
He's,
Dad.
I'll
He'll never be like his father.
Yeah. No, he was the Julian Lennon of Knievels.
Are there any other Knievels?
Yeah, there's the lady with the cooking show, Margaret Knievel. And she's sort of, we're going to make a really wicked pumpkin pie. She's Knievel.
Throws it across the kitchen.
She does, yeah. Did you know that sometimes when people have been married a long time, right, when one of the spouses dies, the other spouse will die like really shortly thereafter? Yeah. You know when that especially happens is when it's a murder-suicide. Then it's just like bang, bang.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got it.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
A little slow, yeah, okay.
Yeah. I go, he must have really missed her. Well, he didn't miss her. I mean, he got her. But he apparently couldn't live.
You don't do sex jokes, but you like kind of morbid humor.
If somebody dies in the
noticed.
joke, I like that. If there's maybe
If there's a coat hanger. And
I'll go back to Margaret Knievel. I actually killed Evil Knievel today. Just
somebody
to
kills
talk
their whole
about
family.
Margaret.
That's
Somebody
good
kills their
stuff.
family.
That's good stuff.
It's
So what-
absolutely.
You write your. I mean, I guess you're a comedian. You write your own jokes, right?
Yeah.
So you're to blame for most of these.
I am to blame. I'm to blame.
What
It's
is
my fault.
the anatomy of a joke? Let's serious question here. How do you do it?
Me personally, I know people who sit down to write. Me personally, if something funny strikes me, I write it on a cocktail napkin, then I transfer that onto an index card, transcribe it into a tape recorder, type it into my computer, and then email it to another computer, and make a printout, and then I come on the show. I mean, basically, for me, if something strikes me funny, I write it down. I'll think Michael Vick. What could be funny? Did you know that I actually? I forgot the Michael Vick tag.
Stuff.
The Michael Vick tag. I interviewed one of the victims of Michael Vick. One of the victims of Michael Vick, and
Fido or?
yeah, I did. And well, we had him in silhouette so nobody could discover his identity. And I said, "What about that Michael Vick?" And he goes, "Michael Rick. That rocker rocked me up. Rock him." Did you know that I'm doing a porn version of Die Hard? You know what the name of it is? It's being released in Germany, so it's just Die Hard. Same spelling.
It's good. That works.
Okay, I got it.
You can, like
Not much
recycle
of
the
a
boxes
closer.
and everything, the video boxes.
Exactly.
You know?
Yes.
Well, I once, speaking of porn, I've seen one of, I won't name any names, but he's on the stage with us. I've seen one of his old films,
Ah.
and yeah, it was very funny. He's driving, and his wife hates it when I tell this story. But he's driving down Sunset Boulevard. He picks up a hooker who proceeds to give him a blowjob.
It's a documentary.
No,
Oh.
it was real. And at first I thought she was Asian, and I asked Jeffrey, I was like, "Wow, you know, he's like, "No, she's not Asian. She's just trying to find my penis."
I love to do small penis jokes about me. That was Howie Zeem, the guy who did Flesh Gordon. That was his first movie.
And that makes it all better.
Yeah. No, yeah, that makes it high.
No,
They
he's
still have the
a
backgrounds.
legend. And you worked with, not to turn the focus on you, because
No.
you hate to talk about yourself, I know. You worked with the great John C. Holmes, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
How was it?
I don't like.
You had a blush.
I have some funny stories, but I mean they're not funny.
They're sad.
No, I don't know. They're not sad either. They're just kind of anecdotal, but
Oh, well, bring one of them.
they don't have anything to do with comic books.
Okay.
Oh, comic books.
Oh yeah, that's what this show.
I forgot that was the whole focus.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Because we are
comic books.
Crazy about comics. Should we clap?
Yes, we are.
Or should we keep going?
I don't know. Rob's got 4 pages, and he's
Rob,
just,
do
he
you
finished
have any
them.
dates
He
coming
finished all
up?
his 4 pages.
Are you playing any clubs anytime soon, or where can the people find out about you and see you?
The show won't be ready for about a month and a half,
That's
so
okay.
if you have anything going
Oh,
on.
yeah.
That's
I
pretty
performed a week ago at
2009.
I performed a week ago at Rooster McFunny Feathers down by the freeway on date night, and so.
What is date night?
Because it's just when you go into a club and you see all couples and they want jokes about how men and women are different, and then my impression, my 30-minute bit about my cat that ends with me going, is not as popular, maybe, in that occasion.
All right.
There he is, Robb Fulcher.
Ladies and gentlemen, why pay for it when you can get it for free? Right here, Robb Fulcher. Check out www.robbfulcher.com and see like that weird thing that pops up when there's not a website for that. But we'll try to get his dates listed on there.
And that's a small penis.
And we are all, and that means you too, Rob, crazy about comics.
comics.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they call me a geek.
He was next.
Oh, well, I call me a geek. I'm a comic book geek. Well, I'm a comic book geek. Well, I'm a comic book geek.
The last 30 minutes, it must seem lucky to you. The previous 45 dragged a little. The last 30 minutes was tight. Then the 15 minutes after that dragged again. We're going to boil that down to a tight 5.
That was great, Rob. That was good stuff.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Oh. Oh, Adrian.
Thought you'd like that.